And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. We have a great show for you today, as always. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at Takes by Fans to be a part of the conversation, and come watch live daily, noon Eastern. I know today's 12:30. Let's all relax. It's just one day, but we are live noon Eastern at twitch.tv/takesbyfans or takesbyfans.com. Go to the website. Go to the watch tab, and whenever we are live on the website. So look at us go, look at us live. However you decide to watch, just make sure you're watching to get your daily sports content. All right, today is Wednesday, so you know what that means. We like to do a little bit of in-depth film study on some interesting drives, narratives that has been popping up in the ESPN, the media, the sports media, Fox Sports, all that, Twitter, whatever we're seeing. We like to try to investigate those narratives a little bit. What are we thinking? What did we see last week that we kind of want to check up on? So we've got some games that I kind of want to run through. We'll look at Arizona and Carolina, that game a little bit, because let's keep tabs on Teddy Bridgewater. They're 2-2. They deserve a little respect. So let's see what Teddy Bridgewater is working with. Colts, Bears, how bad did Nick Foles look? Let's look back at him. We saw last week when we were doing our in-depth film review on the Bears, we saw Nick Foles not very accurate, so is he cleaning that up? They only put up, 9 points, so, obviously not great. So we'll dive into them and a couple of other games that I do want to kind of talk about and dive into. But first, we do have to talk about Lakers Heat Game 4. LeBron James coming out with a vengeance. Yeah, a little bit. Him and AD had some good contributions. No 30-point performances by either of them, but very good, solid performances. They only scored 102 points. The Lakers did in total. So, they didn't score 30, but they combined for at least 50 and, got half their scores. So, not bad overall by the duo of LeBron and Anthony Davis, and they take a 3-1 lead. Oh, boy. Lakers, LeBron trying to get his fourth ring and looking to do so, but we have to wait a couple more days. The next game is not until Friday, unfortunately. 2-day break here between games 4 and 5, so we'll have to wait a little longer before we find out who wins the NBA Finals. But before we even talk about anything like that, there is a couple of stories that we need to get out of the way. And it's Wednesday. What happened last Wednesday? A lot of COVID news. What's happening this Wednesday? Unfortunately, more COVID news, so let's dive right into it here. First one, we'll talk about Stephon Gilmore for the Patriots has tested positive for COVID-19. Big names for this Patriots team. First, it was a lot of defensive pieces not even opting out of the season because of the COVID risk. Now we have Cam Newton getting an offensive piece, quarterback obviously. But now we have Stephon Gilmore, last year's Defensive Player of the Year, the Patriots' best defensive player, one of the top 3 safeties in the league, Stephon Gilmore. Andy is tested positive, which is not very good. We were kind of holding out hope because Cam Newton didn't spread it to anybody just quite yet in the Patriots locker room. But now today, Stephon Gilmore comes out positive. Now we have to watch the Patriots organization and see who else is going to be testing positive. So got to keep an eye on them. They're going to have to close down for 2 days, just like the Titans have. And speaking of Tennessee, they haven't had a positive test in 2 days, so they should be opening up today, right? Their facility should be opened up today. But unfortunately, 2 other players have tested positive today just when they were opening up their practice facilities. They got to close them again. Super unfortunate here by Tennessee, and now they're putting that Sunday Bills game in jeopardy. The next closest, they would have to wait until Friday to reopen it. They're at home this week, the Titans are, which is a good sign, so they don't have to travel, so they could really kind of play this one kind of closer to that Sunday kickoff time slot, unlike the last week where they would have had to travel, so they would have had to leave a day early. So now they have a little bit more extra time to really kind of get this under control, hopefully. They've got to go at least 2 days or 2 days without a COVID positive test before they can open up the facility now. So now we're kind of looking at a Friday date at the earliest for them to open up. So we've got to, once again, keep an eye on Tennessee. And now if they don't play this week, we're looking at 2 games behind that Tennessee has to make up at some point. Where do they do it? We don't know. They're going to have to extend the season maybe a couple of weeks. But It's not horrible, not bad. We're looking at only, 2, 3 clubs, Titans, and the Patriots, and I believe a Vegas Raiders player also tested positive. Raiders placed defensive tackle Maurice Hurst on reserve COVID-19 list today. This was yesterday, 19 hours ago. Broke after we went off the air. So, we've got it in the Raiders. Hopefully that's not spreading rampant there. Hopefully they can contain that to one player. But, we saw what happened with the Patriots. They contained it to camp, but now it's slowly trickling out. More and more Chiefs players, and the Chiefs just played Monday night against the Chiefs, so now we have to keep an eye on the Chiefs staff because, you're passing it along because Stephon Gilmore played. Now he's positive, only 2 days. When did he get it? Did he have it during the game? We don't really know. He took a test before the game and it came back negative, so did he get it coming back home? Who did he get it from? It's a lot of question marks, but so far, Patriots, Stephon Gilmore is out. So we'll keep an eye on this as the information starts to come out for the week. We saw it last week, Wednesday. It really started to break, and then it's still trickled to Thursday, Friday, into the weekend. So we'll keep an eye on it this week. We'll have more news for you tomorrow, but this is what we're rocking with. Titans can't open up their facility today. Stephon Gilmore, more Chiefs players getting diagnosed with COVID, and it's made its ways to the Las Vegas Raiders. So 3 franchises, 3 teams we have to keep an eye on. Hopefully it doesn't spread like wildfire. It hasn't seemed to do so yet, but with this news coming out about Stephon Gilmore, it could take a little extra time for those cases to really start showing. COVID, or Cam tested positive, what was it, Thursday, I think? Thursday or Friday, right before they were going to leave for Kansas City. So, that couple extra days Stephon Gilmore didn't have it. Now he's showing positive symptoms on a Tuesday, I think this was, or on a Wednesday. So we really don't know how long it takes to show a positive result. That's definitely going to hurt them a little bit. So we'll keep an eye on all this information coming out, and we'll see what our COVID update. Unfortunately, this is a daily topic now because, there's information every day coming about it. So tomorrow we'll have our COVID update. Hopefully it doesn't go too out of control. Hopefully it's just staying like this. But unfortunately, I think the Titans are getting the worst of it here. They looking like they're going to miss 2 games here, folks. Not looking great, but hey, they're at home this week, so they get a little extra time. We'll see how they manage it. All right, let's go into the Lakers Heat last night, Game 4 of the NBA Finals. Bam Adebayo back for the Heat. Still no Goran Dragic, which we kind of expected. I mean, we called Bam Adebayo, right? I mean, if you were watching the show, when we did the show, it was like 12:30. We looked at the line; it dropped from 9.5 to 7.5. That meant to us that Bam Adebayo was playing, and then, fast forward, 6-7 hours, a half hour before tip-off, Bam Adebayo is playing, it's confirmed, but we already knew that, so you got to watch the show live every day, y'all, because we will give you the information that, makes decisions for betting the games easier. Do I bet them? Do I not bet them? Is Bam playing? Is he not playing? We'll give you the information here first, folks. We broke it pretty much live. We knew what the spread means. If Vegas knows something, they'll know it first. And we saw that reflected in the line. So Bam Adebayo did play yesterday. In the Heat, they made it a little competitive. I mean, this was a tough game, tight game. He had the lead for a little bit. Lakers had the lead for a little bit. Very, very close throughout the entire game. Lakers run away with it kind of midway fourth quarter. I will point it out again. LeBron James are in the fourth quarter. Remember Game 3, Jimmy Butler on LeBron James. We'll wait to the the highlight to re-explain that. So here we go. Let's just get into the highlights real quick. Here we go. Lakers Heat Game 4. LeBron locked in, loaded. He's ready to have himself a game. As I said, Bam Adebayo back in the starting lineup. Jimmy Butler, you gotta love to see it. Here we go. Tyler Hero, he is still in the starting lineup because Goran Dragic is out. But in the first quarter, he didn't have the best game, missing a lot of open threes, turnovers, can't catch the pass. And Tyler Hero, man, if you're gonna snarl my man, you better get ready for LeBron James just being a freight train. Here we go. Let's watch it again. A little behind here. We got to watch the Bam Adebayo play first. All right, so LeBron James didn't really like the snarl, and he's going to show it here. Here we go. LeBron James steals the pass, and then he's going to body Tyler Hero right down to the floor. And LeBron James gives the mean mug himself. No snarl from the king, but we get the mean mug. Tyler Hero, man, welcome to the NBA, I guess, right? So he gets bodied there, but he really starts to pick it up a little bit. He had 20 points, which is pretty good. That's what we wanted to. That's what we wanted from Tyler Hero this game, elevating your game. You are now a starter. You cannot still be only scoring, 15, 17 points, because that's what we got from you on the bench. We need to see something better, something extravagant from Tyler Hero. Step up your game. You're the starter now. I get you're only 20. This is your first finals. This is your first really start the entire year, but you have to make the most of it, and you have to step up, especially, when your team lost one of its best players, really. So he's got to step it up, and look at him go here. A nice floater over Anthony Davis to really tie the game, I believe, at this point. So well done to him. Heat have a 2-point lead at this point. LeBron James says cash out, bang, bang, boom. Y'all know how I do from the 3-point range, and when I'm hitting threes, it's dangerous, and he's also going inside this game. The Lakers open up a nice 4-point lead. Caldwell Pope finds Anthony Davis. That's a spot up three. You know that's going to fall straight on spot up. It's Anthony Davis, baby. He'll go and hit that. So the Lakers have a nice 6-point lead here midway in the fourth quarter, but the Heat will try to even it up here. We're going to get Jimmy Butler to Duncan Robinson to Tyler Hero in the corner, and he hits it. Big shot by Tyler Hero there. All right, this is a little bit right before the transition pass. You see Anthony Davis and Alex Caruso go tied up. They're all good, though. They're still in the game. No worries. No worries. So here we go. KCP driving to the bucket. Nice little floater to Anthony Davis, extending the Lakers' lead. Now the Heat are going to try and close it out a little bit. Here we go. Duncan Robinson, a really tough three that just banks in. Just kind of prayed it went in, and it did. And now we get Jimmy Butler tying the game. And this is what I want to bring attention to. Last game, Game 3, Jimmy Butler drives on LeBron James to tie the game. LeBron James slams his fist into the basketball, slams the basketball onto the court. And what did LeBron do after that? After getting scored on by Jimmy Butler, he takes an ISO to the basket and he doesn't make the shot. That really changed the tone for the rest of the fourth quarter when that took place in game number 3, and the Lakers lose kind of because of it. They started to kind of get out of rhythm. A lot of ISOs from that point forward, really stemming from LeBron being angry because Jimmy Butler scored on him. Now we get the same exact scenario here in game number 4. Heat down 2. Jimmy Butler drives on LeBron James. Let's rewind it a little bit right here. Jimmy Butler driving on LeBron and scores. And now look at LeBron after this play, y'all. After this play, he's going to get, once again, angry, upset that he let Jimmy Butler score on him. Watch LeBron here. Slams the basketball down, frustrated. And what does LeBron do? This is the next possession, y'all. This is the same exact scenario from last game. LeBron goes ISO, drives to the bucket. What's the difference? LeBron James makes the shot, and this really changes the game. It's kind of crazy that we get the same scenario in Game 3, in Game 4, but the shot didn't fall for LeBron James after that play by Jimmy Butler, and that really set the tone for the rest of the game for the Heat, and the Heat are able to take Game 3 because of it. Now, LeBron James makes this shot after Jimmy Butler scores on him. And this sets the tone for the Lakers for the rest of the game. Here we go. The next possession, or a little bit later, 3 minutes left in the fourth, KCP hit a 3. Now they're up big time by 6, and now it's game over at this point. So LeBron James really iced the game there, or swung momentum in the Lakers' favor with 6 minutes left by that driving layup, and you love to see it. Lakers take this one pretty easily after that, and they win at 104, 96, 104-98. Let's take a look real quick. Come on, game over. Game's already over. Let's get the score. 102-96. A last-second 3, I believe, by Tyler Hero covers for the Heat. I mean, we took the Heat +7. Giving up 7 in a finals game is a lot. We really don't like to do that, especially with this Heat team that has proven they can score and put up the points and kind of challenge the Lakers, winning Game 3 without Bam Adebayo. So we love the +7. They cover here. They lose by 6, but we had them at +7.5. That's a win for us. That's a win for y'all. It was on our website. We said it yesterday during the show. Heat +7. They cover the 7, or it was actually 7.5. Got that extra half, and they win. They lose by 6. Not quite 7.5, and we win it. So well done to us for picking that out. Hopefully y'all listened to our advice and made some money last night. All right, let's get into these the box score now. LeBron James leading the squad with 28 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assists. Classic king, baby, right? Very, very short once again from a triple-double. I don't believe he has won the series. Did he have? I don't think he had one game one. I think it was close, but very, very close there to a triple-double once again by LeBron. Anthony Davis, 22 points, a little light. We would like him, score the 30, but still, LeBron James and Anthony Davis still combined for 50. And they put up 104, so they literally are responsible for half their points. So Anthony Davis, 22 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. He was a plus 17 in the plus-minus. That means that's fantastic defense by Anthony Davis. Played almost the entire game, 41 minutes, plus 17, just locking it up down low. Best defender by far on the squad. Nobody's even plus 10. The second highest is Caldwell Pope with plus 8. So Anthony Davis, he didn't put up, a ton of points, which we are kind of used to seeing that 30 kind of point performance by him. He had 22, but a very solid defensively, and we can definitely appreciate that, especially with Bam Adebayo coming back into the lineup. Anthony Davis is like, hey, he play, don't play, I don't give a fuck. I'm about to lock it down defensively, and that's what he did. So well done, Anthony Davis. All right, also well done, Danny Green. He's got 10 points. And Kyle Kuzma, 9 points. We want to see you in double digits, but him and Danny Green combined for 19, and I'm not upset about that. That's exactly what we've kind of been asking for. Just if you're seeing the floor and your name's not James or Davis, you got to go for at least 10. At least 10, that's what we got to get from you. Danny Green puts up 10. He shot 33% from 3, not terrible. Kyle Kuzma scored 9 points, 40% from 3, also not terrible. Definitely we can live with these performances. Caldwell Pope put up back 15. Remember, he had, I believe it was 19 in game 2, only 5 in game 3. This man was scoring a lot of points in games 1 and 2. Took a little break in game 3, but now he's back with a solid 15 points here by him. 5 assists, 3 rebounds to go along with it. Plus, he shot 50%. So not a bad performance by Caldwell Pope. A performance that the Lakers really need for them to win the game. LeBron and Anthony James combined for 50. We just got to get some 10s everywhere else, and so far we're doing good. Danny Green 10, Caldwell Pope 15, and Kyle Kuzma 9. Markieff Morris back again, 9 points, 2 of 7 from 3, not bad. Dwight Howard, let's talk about him a little bit. He's not doing great this series. Started decently, but now he's kind of falling into this JaVale McGee role, just to start, but not making an impact in those short 7 minutes. Then we get Markieff Morris putting up heavy minutes off the bench. Basically is the starting center, 30 minutes. He put up 9 points. He shot 2 of 7 from 3, 3 rebounds. Got to get that up a little bit, but 2 assists. So overall, not a bad performance by Markieff Morris. A good right performance for seeing a ton of minutes when he's really not used to it. So Dwight Howard really not the starter anymore. Markieff Morris playing a heavy minutes off the bench. All right, let's go to Miami now. Jimmy Butler. We said, Jimmy Butler, he has the ability to go for 40, but it's not consistent, and he hasn't needed to be consistent, so we didn't think he would go and score 40 again. We thought he'd be right back to where he is right now, mid to low 20s, because with this Miami Heat team, they all kind of score very well, so we're, Lakers, they kind of rely on LeBron James and Anthony Davis to, if they don't get 50 combined, the team's not going to win any games, right? They need to go for 50 to 60 points combined, whereas the Heat, they just need everybody in their starting lineup to really put up 15 plus. Just, hey, everybody give us 15 plus. We can all score. We can all shoot. We're all very good. Nobody's the lone star. This is a full team. We don't just need one star to do everything and then maybe 1 or 2 role players step in. This is everybody in the starting lineup performs very well every single night, and they did all right here. We get 22 from Jimmy Butler, very good, 15 from Bam Adebayo, 7 rebounds. Duncan Robinson back up to 17 points. Tyler Hero with 21 points. Very good game from him. Kind of stepping up his game a little bit. That's what we want to see. Elevating from the bench to the starters. Points got to go up. Really, everything has to go up. I know you're not playing a ton more minutes because off the bench he was still playing about 30 minutes. So 37 minutes here. Still kind of right around the same area that he has been playing in the playoffs. So 21 points it's a decent elevation. Usually he's about 15 to 17 off the bench, and been so far in this series, starting about 15 to 17. So that extra about 4 points it's good. It's good. I can definitely respect it. 3 of 7 from 3, so 43% from 3. I can get behind that. 7 rebounds, 3 assists, just trying to get into really every facet of the game. Minus 13 defensively, got to step that up. I understand it's tough. I mean, we saw him get literally bodied and fall down to the floor when trying to challenge LeBron James going up for a layup on a fast break. So don't do that, I would suggest. But definitely got to step up the defense a little bit here. The worst plus minus on the squad. So definitely got to, he's young. He's a developing player. This is, we're not expecting great things every game from this man. Just solid performances, though. And I can get behind the 21 points that he put up. Jay Crowder, 2 of 7 for 3, 8 points, 7 rebounds, just doing it. Good plus minus here, especially when you're losing and you have a plus in the plus minus department. That's good defense by Jay Crowder as well. Really good defense by their bigs. Bam Adebayo, he was a plus 3, and Jay Crowder was a plus 2. So not bad by the bigs defensively. That's kind of what we expect. Kelly Olynyk once again, or not really once again, but kind of back into that kind of only 12 minutes. He saw big minutes in game number 3 because Bam Adebayo was out, but here they are. They had to kind of shrink his game a little bit. Only 12 minutes. Would like to see him play a little bit more. I mean, he can score the ball. He's a great offensive rebound, and he's a great scorer, and this is what the Heat actually lacked this game, just scoring. I mean, they only put up 96. That's not a lot for this Heat team, where we're seeing them constantly at like the 105 to 110 mark, so only 96 here. It's a little light on what they usually put up. Credit that to no Goran Dragic, but also credit that because, I mean, they put up a ton of points last game in game number 3 without Bam Adebayo and Goran Dragic, and it mostly came because Kelly Olynyk had a great game. So I would have liked to see him see a little bit more minutes. You've just proven that you can win without Bam Adebayo, but now you're trying to prove that you can win with Bam Adebayo. I don't think it's a good strategy by Eric Spoelstra to try and figure this kind of rotation out. How do we win with Bam Adebayo in the starting lineup? I would have really stuck heavy to that game 3 game plan and just kind of ease Bam back into this lineup a little bit. But giving Kelly Olynyk only 12 minutes, I think that really hurt this Miami Heat team. Got to have points coming from somewhere. We see everybody starting really doing their job, but really no help from the bench. And I think the Heat really could have benefited from Kelly Olynyk playing more minutes. But let's not excuse Kendrick Nunn. He had to shoot way better. I mean, 18%, 2 of 11. That is not going to fly. This was a close game, y'all. We're talking about a 6-point difference. That's at most 3 possessions, at least 2 possessions. So, I mean, very, very close game that really came down to the fourth quarter, but he just could not find that consistent offense. Jimmy Butler doesn't put up 40. Duncan Robinson's back up to 17, which is good, but Kelly Olynyk with 4, I mean, that's a huge piece. Last game, I believe he had it in that 20 points category, so going from 20 to 4, they had to find somebody else to score. They just could not find it, especially with Jimmy Butler going from 40 down to 22, Kelly Olynyk going from 20 down to 4. They had to find some offense somewhere. Tyler Hero stepped up with only 4 extra points from game 3 to game 4, but nobody else really did it, so unfortunate for the Heat. I think they are going to have to kind of rock a mix of small ball and beef ball. So they have to really kind of mix their game 3 strategy and their game 4 strategy going into game 5 if they want to have a chance. They've proven that they cannot just win going beefy the entire time. Bam Adebayo here, 33 minutes, and they lose the game. Kelly Olynyk with 12, and they lose the game. So what's the difference between games 1, 2, and 4? In game number 3, Kelly Olynyk put up 20 and was a main reason why they won the game. So got to get Kelly Olynyk more involved, I think, in game 5 if the Heat want a chance to extend the series and not be gentlemen swept. So Lakers 3-1 lead. Well done to LeBron. I want to see him get this next ring. I wanted to see what this does for his legacy. And this is kind of the narrative I want to kind of be a part of, 10 years, 20 years down the road, honestly. So no disrespect to the Heat. Fantastic team. Great stories, great narratives. I've been loving talking about them for the past 2 months. Absolutely great team. They're going to be great in the future. Still going to be the best team in the East probably next year. Well, probably second best because of the Nets, Kyrie, and KD. I mean, that's just greatness on top of greatness. So he definitely, shouldn't be ashamed or, disappointed on this outcome. Great team, but unfortunately you run into the king with Anthony Davis in the playoffs. this is kind of what we expect, right? So we've got a 2-day off break. No game on tonight, no game on tomorrow, but a game on Friday. Potentially the game closer. Will LeBron be able to do it? Maybe. I think so. So, heading into game number 5, we're still going to take the Heat plus 7.5. If it's still there, I'm expecting it to still be plus 7.5, and we'll still take that. Give me 7 in a finals game. I'm cool with it. I will ride it out. So we'll see. We'll talk about this game a little bit tomorrow, getting us ready for Friday's game. But today, let's get into our film study. This is what we do on Wednesdays. We're not ready to quite start talking about week number 5 here. We'll do that tomorrow when we guess the lines officially for the games and react to them. So let's start talking about, pretty much the last and week 4. What are our final thoughts? What are we seeing? Are these narratives legit that we're seeing on Twitter that I'm saying? So let's get right into it here. Our first game that we are going to look at, I mentioned it a little bit early at the top of the show. I kind of just want to throw a little bit of credit to Teddy Bridgewater here. They're 2-2, new head coach, new system for Teddy Bridgewater, new team for Teddy Bridgewater too. I mean, we all saw what he did with the Saints last year in those 5 games that he filled in for Drew Brees. Absolutely fantastic. Now he's here, the leader of a new squad, new head coach, Matt Rule. I'm not a big fan of quite yet, but we'll see. It's only 4 games in, can't judge too much. So now, Panthers getting a win without Christian McCaffrey. How do they do it? How does Teddy Bridgewater look? I mean, I'm really, quite frankly, I'm done with the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, come out hot 2-0. You've got us fooled. We loved you. We put you in the top 10. We were talking about you every week. We were doing film review on you. We were looking at Kyler Murray every week. But now these last 2 weeks, you lose at home against the Lions. Now you lose against the Panthers. How did you lose? They have no weapons. What's going on? And they lose. So I'm done talking about Arizona. Kyler Murray, I mean, didn't even throw for 200 yards this game. We're talking about 133 yards on 24 completions for 133 yards. Definition of dink and dunk, yo. That's not even dink and dunk. That's dink and dink and dink again. I mean, there was no dunking by Kyler Murray here. Just all dinking. 24 completions for 133 yards. That's literally like 5 yards of completion. Totally unacceptable. Yes, he threw 3 touchdowns, but when did they come? I mean, we're talking about 5 and out, 9 and out, 5 and out. First 3 possessions, all punts. Then they get a touchdown because of an interception. But then, when they have to go with their normal field here, I mean, we're talking about punts. So can't do anything. So let's give credit to Teddy Bridgewater and really start looking at him. So we are going to do, which drive are we going to do? Let's do this third quarter touchdown here, coming out of a fumble. No, actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go this one. I'm changing the plan. Scripted plays 10, everybody says, those first 10 plays, they're scripted. So let's see how they look. This should be peak Carolina offense, theoretically. First drive, touchdown, 13 plays, pretty much all those 10 plays scripted. We're going to see. So how is this offense supposed to look? How do they look when they're scripted, when everything is going right? Let's see how Teddy Bridgewater in this Carolina offense is winning games. So we'll take it here. First touchdown, or first drive, first touchdown drive, 13 plays. We'll watch it. Let's see how Teddy Bridgewater is going. Oh boy, do I got to sign in here? I should already be signed in. Let's get it. Here we go. Bingo, bango. Alrighty, we got to go. Yeah, week 4, we're all set. All right, just got to find it. Where are we at? Who are we looking for? Teddy Bridgewater, Cardinals. Here we go. Alrighty, we'll cue it up. First drive for the Panthers. And see what we're looking at. Let's give a little respect to Teddy Bridgewater. 2 games. I'm not seeing a lot of him, in the media. Nobody's really talking about him. So let's give him some love. How is he looking? Is he still looking as good as he looked with that Saints team last year? So here we go. First drive, 0-0. I believe Cardinals just went 3 and out. So Teddy Bridgewater scripted at home. First couple drives here. And we start off with a dropped pass. Unfortunate. Looked like a good throw, right on target. Decent play design to get the ball out of his hands quickly. Unfortunately, just goes incomplete. So not exactly how you want to start the game with an incompletion. But as we saw, 13 plays, touchdown drive. We'll see how it shakes out. So here we go, 2nd and 10, coming off the incomplete pass. Just a drop. Nothing to worry about with Teddy Bridgewater. Here we go. Nice little cut back to the left. That picks up 3. Nothing great. So now we're going to get a 3rd and 7 here. Teddy Bridgewater is going to pick this up somehow. Let's see how he does it. This is impressive. This is what we want to see. Third down drives, third and long, extending drives. That's how you score in the league, y'all. This is what you have to do. This is why Dwayne Haskins just got benched. I forgot to mention at the top of the show, but this is why he's no longer starting, because he wasn't able to put drives together, sustainable drives. And look at that. Wide open, puts it right on the money, and they go for about 15 on that one. So very well done. Able to pick up the first on 3rd and 7. I can definitely get behind it. All right, here it is. 1st and 10 after the first down pickup. Once again, just sticking with Teddy Bridgewater. He's going deep here. One-on-one matchup. And it's a decent ball. It's toward the sideline where your receiver has a chance to get it. And I think they just threw a flag for pass interference defensive. So this is a great ball by Teddy Bridgewater. Yes, it fell incomplete. Yes, it really wasn't catchable by the offensive receiver, but it's still giving your receiver a chance to make a play on the ball. Oh, and it's offensive pass interference. Look at that. Look at that. Unfortunate. Truly unfortunate, but it's still a good call there. I love the attempt here, the downfield shot here after you just picked up 3rd and 7. Plus, it's toward the sideline. This is great. This is exactly where you want to go with the ball. No qualms here. No qualms there on that play. Unfortunate that it was pass interference offensive. All right, so 1st and 20. So Teddy Bridgewater is picking up a 3rd and 7. Now he's about to pick up a 1st and 20 somehow. Nice little drive or kind of momentum builder there. Nice little 2-yard, just quick out, just pick up some yards, get that kind of chemistry working in a game situation. Not bad. That's how you kind of continue a drive here. Looked like they were trying to set up a screen there that really goes for nothing. So now we're looking at 3rd and about 15, 16 maybe. How does Teddy Bridgewater pick this up? Another long 3rd down conversion. Here we go. Do they get bailed out by a penalty, or does Teddy Bridgewater pick this up all natural? What do we got here? Oh, my God. Back him up even more. We're looking at 3rd and 19 now. How the heck does this happen? 3rd and 19, all the time in the world, buying time. Just dump it off. They're going to get bailed out by a penalty, aren't they? Or do they go for it on 4th down? What the heck is going on? I just know they score a touchdown, and I know it's 4th and 2 now. Wow, that picked up 15 yards. Wow, 4th and 2. Yeah, might as well, right? Yeah. All right, 4th and manageable now. Very good decision by Teddy Bridgewater just to dump it off, and great job by the receiver, I think it was the running back in this case actually, to actually pick up a ton of good chunk of yards to make it 4th and 2, make it 4th and manageable. Go for it when it's over, you're on the opponent's 41. Yeah, why not go for it? Here we go, Teddy Bridgewater, gutsy call by Matt Rule, absolutely love it, and look what they design up, a design quarterback bailout run to the right, and it picks up all the yards they need and more. So great job by Matt Rule. I believe he is calling the plays offensively too. So I love the aggressiveness early. You're 1 and 2. You're not, a championship caliber team. So why not go for it on 4th and 2 at home? First drive of the game. I love the aggressiveness by Matt Rule. He's winning me over here on these play calls, especially this nice call here, the fake handoff. And now you got all this room to the right to run. Nobody's looking at Teddy Bridgewater. Nobody's respecting him as a runner, and he makes him pay. Fantastic. Beauty all around. Offensively, coaching wise, I love it. I love it. So they continue these drives here. Has to get rid of it. Once again, another setup screen that gets blown up. We saw that about 2 plays ago. He was able to get it off for a couple of yards, but this one blown up, has to throw it away. All right, 2nd and 10 now. Play action. Teddy Bridgewater loads up, goes deep. He's got him. Oh, very close to an interception. Fantastic defensive play there. Holy cow, who is that? Wow, Murphy Jr. Holy cow, what a play. Watch this, man. Look at him go up and get that ball. Just couldn't get that second foot down. I'm actually very impressed by this, by defensively of Cardinals. Holy cow. Look at this man just go up and get the ball. That's a safety right there. Gosh darn, that's a safety. I love it. Should have been picked. Really should have been picked. A good 50-50 ball. I still don't blame Teddy Bridgewater for that throw. I blame the receiver not going up and getting the ball. But that's a good 50-50 ball for a touchdown. Fortunately for Teddy Bridgewater, it wasn't picked. So nice little crossing route. Throw at 5 yards. He's able to pick up the extra 5 to pick up the first down on his own. Got the face mask a little bit too. But once again, picking up the first down. a little scary where they're always kind of third and long. We've seen basically every time this drive, but good for them for being able to kind of pick it up. They're going to run it. He's going to bounce it outside. He's going to pick up almost all of the yards he needs for the touchdown. Gets down to the 1 yard line. Absolutely great run there. Great mix-up of plays and pass. I mean, everything so far has been really short. A lot of screens, a lot of short passes. So they go here with the kind of cut back to the right run, and it picks up all the yards. So well done there. Great play call. Great play call and great execution. Brings them to the 1 yard line. How do they punch in this touchdown? Oh, man. That was wide open, but we have to place the blame on Teddy Bridgewater for putting the ball too much inside. He spun around the receiver, couldn't make a clean catch, even though he was wide open for the touchdown there. Not great there by Teddy Bridgewater. All right, 2nd and goal, though. He's got a chance to make it up for it. And we're going to get a flag. It was on Arizona. They move up a yard, and they just bully it in for the touchdown. All right, so not super impressed on that drive. A lot of third downs that they kind of luckily picked up. I wouldn't say luckily, but it was a lot of underneath, letting the receiver do it, letting the defense kind of lose themselves in the defensive coverage and have the Panthers pick up the first or get very close so they can go for it on 4th and 2. So not very impressed overall about what we saw by the Panthers there. Opening drive, those are all scripted plays. That's what they want to do offensively. Everything's kind of short, and when we've got the opportunity, take the deep ball. I love those 2 deep balls that we saw from Teddy Bridgewater. I thought the positions on the ball of where they were thrown, they were good. They were good, giving your chance at giving your receivers a 50-50 chance at the ball. That's what I want. I want my quarterback to give my receivers a chance at the ball. I really don't care if you're throwing interceptions, as long as these are not bad interceptions, like you're literally throwing it right to the player. If you're giving me a 50-50 ball, I can live with those interceptions. Almost lived with one there at the back of the end zone. Unfortunately, Murphy Jr. couldn't get the 2nd foot down, but overall, good, decent showing by Teddy Bridgewater. Doesn't look like he has a lot of pieces to go to. Running back didn't look bad. What's his name? Mike Davis. Decent game there, 5 yards carry there. So we saw some good plays by them. But overall, got into that 3rd and long. You're not always going to pick up those long 3rd downs, so that is a little troubling to watch. So that's what we got with the Panthers there. That's what the Cardinals cannot beat, just so we're aware. All right, let's move on. Let's look at Nick Foles. Remember, we watched him last week, very inaccurate. I thought this kind of week of practice would shore up the accuracy a little bit, but as we see here, 26 of 42, 249 yards, not the best. So the accuracy is still a struggle here for Nick Foles. That's why they could not put any meaningful drives together. 12-yard drive that ends in a punt, 15-yard drive that ends in a punt, 14-yard that ends in a punt. They were able to go a long drive here, but they have to settle for a field goal. Unfortunate. Then they're right back to that 3-and-out. They got no yards, no positive plays there. So they're just not looking good. Back to the 3-and-outs, 33 yards, ends in a punt. Unfortunate. 8 yards into a punt. We're interception territory. So let's look at this interception drive. What is going wrong? I don't care about this last I don't care about this last drive at all. I'm not counting any of these yards to Nick Foles' 260 yards, 240 yards. I'm not counting any of these. I'm not counting this drive. The game is over. You haven't done anything meaningful in the game up until this point. So we're not even looking at this. We're kind of counting this game as a 19-3 win for the Colts. I do not care. I mean, we're talking about the last 3 minutes in the game, and now you finally want to move the ball. Now you can finally move the ball because Colts know they had the win locked up, and the defense is just not even pressing anymore because there's no point. They're just trying to get out of there healthy with the win. So let's look at this interception drive. What is going wrong here? Is Nick Foles just missing plays? How bad is this interception? So let's look at all of this, see what we can kind of figure out from it. And do we have to bail on the Nick Foles and the Bears? I think we do. So let's get some confirmation here on this game. We'll go, where are they at? Which team was I looking for? The Bears and the Colts. Here we go. We'll go to the 4th quarter. And we'll look at the Bears, pretty much their last drive, their last kind of official drive, if you ask me, that ended in an interception. So here we go. What is Nick Foles? What is going on here? Why can they not put up any points with Nick Foles at home against the Colts? Defense is good. I will give them credit. They brought in Xavier Rhodes, one of the best corners in my opinion in the league. Very, very good. This Colts team has already established the winning culture coming in from last year with Frank Wright. They just were really missing the quarterback. They bring in Phillip Rivers, and now here they are 3-1. All right, so the Bears here. Nice little drive starter there. Dump it off. I mean, we're talking about. Hang on. I don't think we're on the right one, are we? When did this come? When did this start? 13 minutes. All right. Yeah, so we are right. All right. Here we go. All good. So nice completion there by Nick Foles, but once again, just kind of a dink over the middle. Nothing big. Accuracy really doesn't matter there. Pump fake, and the ball just kind of floats out of his hands. What is there? They're going to call it incomplete. Thankfully for Nick Foles, because that really kind of looked like a fumble a little bit. Do we get a nice little slowdown of this play, different angle? Doesn't look like we are going to get that. Unfortunate. Yeah, see, the refs don't even know what they held the call. Here we go. We're going to get a better angle here. Pump fake, brings it back, tries to get it out again. And look at that come out of his hand. Maybe just slips out of his hand. But that is going to be an incomplete pass. Hand going forward. Doesn't try to tuck it back in. Nick Foles, man, what are we doing here? You have all the opportunity to go and win the starting job. It's Mitch Trubisky, y'all. The receivers hate him. The receivers want to get out of Chicago because he's the starting quarterback. And this is what you do. I'm so disappointed in Nick Foles. Really, really, really was loving the Bears. I thought he was able to was going to lead this team to a victory. But then you lay the goose egg, man. And now we got 3rd and 2. Goes right over the middle. Popped out. Unfortunate. That looked like a decent ball, but that was great defense, really, to get in there, knock the ball out at the last second. That's a great defensive play, really. Very impressive. Let's here we go. Yeah, look at that. I mean, that's a decent pass, a little bit behind it looked like, but still kind of right on target. But that's really just great defense. Wow, that Colts defense, man. Woof, I'm loving it. 4th and 2, Matt Nagy needs to be aggressive. They're down 2 scores with only 12 minutes left in the game. Something's got to give. You haven't been able to score all game. So, yeah, why not go for it on 4th and 2? Absolutely do not mind this call, but I do mind it because I would not trust Nick Foles to pick it up. He goes all the way deep. Not what you need, and they're going to get bailed out by pass interference here, y'all. Nick Foles not making a smart decision. It's 4th and 2. Why go for the deep ball? That's not even a good shot. Yeah, it's kind of one-on-one, but what have you done in the game before that would give you confidence that A, you can make the throw, and B, that he would come down with the pass? So they just get absolutely bailed out here. Not in love with the pass interference call. Yeah, really not in love with the pass interference call. I would have been fine with it if they didn't call it. Hand got tangled up a little bit, but I don't even really. I'm not a fan of that. They totally got bailed out. I mean, ball don't lie. Nick Foles is about to go throw an interception here, y'all. So not the best here by the Bears. Set up screen. They can't even get the screen right. What is going on? I think we have to give a little credit to this Colts defense. We see DeForest Buckner really get in there and break it up. This Colts defense, y'all, I was kind of sleeping on them. I was kind of too focused on Phillip Rivers. But this defense by the Colts really can make up for any mistakes that Phillip Rivers has been known to do. Multiple interceptions, careless interceptions on long drives, late in games to kind of throw away what they've done already. You know, they'll come down. Phillip Rivers will score a touchdown, but then next possession, he'll throw the interception. He's kind of careless like that. So this Colts defense, I think we have to give them a lot more credit than I have already been giving them for their really great productivity here to hold the Bears. I mean, does the blame all go on Nick Foles, or is it just the Colts defense is this good? I'm going to roll it kind of 50-50, maybe 60-40, give the Colts defense that extra edge. But Nick Foles still, I mean, you can't even make simple screen passes. You go for the long ball on 4th and 2. I mean, these are not good decisions by a quarterback that you would like to lead your franchise. Not the best. A little offside defense there, making it easier for Nick Foles to throw this interception on 2nd and 5. Yeah, not impressed by Nick Foles. I really thought he would step it up, but yeah, this man is kind of just career backup, fits magic, with no pressures on me, I can go out and win you the game, but as soon as that pressure's on, as soon as I'm getting that kind of full week's reps with the ones, I'm going to fall apart because I'm kind of a fraud. I'm a career backup. I'll go win you that Super Bowl if there's literally no pressure on me. If I'm coming in, as a backup for that Super Bowl run and everything's going right and I'm kind of riding all that momentum and magic, I can get it done. But once you put the pressure on me, I'm going to clam up. I'm going to lock up. I'm not going to be effective. I can't even beat the Colts at home, unfortunately. 3rd and 2, thankfully, he was able to bounce it out, and he was patient with it, waiting for an opening, able to bounce it to the outside and pick up the first. But this is not Mitch Trubisky picking up the 3rd and 2. This is Ty Montgomery picking up the 3rd and 2. Look at him. Initially closed up on the left, has to bounce it back up to the right. We're getting close to this interception, so here we go. Nick Foles backing up. And look at that. That's not even close to the wide receiver. He had no chance of making that. He almost threw the interception there. So Nick Foles, the accuracy, the deep ball, just everything not in his game. And you can't go back to Mitch Trubisky because you just benched him. You really can't ride with Nick Foles either because he can't even put up more than 3 points in a game at home. At least Mitch Trubisky, gave you a chance. I don't know what the hell's going on with this Bears team, but you really have to cut both quarterbacks at the end of the season. Take your losses. I don't care. Take them on the chin, but you've got to get a new quarterback this season. Both the quarterbacks that you have are bad. How does that happen? How do you have 2 bad quarterbacks, really, truly? Pump fake. Goes deep. We're talking about triple coverage in the back of the end zone. Not a good ball. Receiver never had a chance at that. Should have been intercepted again. We're talking about like 3 passes on this drive that should have been interceptions that weren't the interception, right? We're watching this drive waiting for the interception. This should have been the interception again, the 3rd interception of the drive. So Nick Foles, he can't get it done. Sorry, Bears fans. I really wanted to buy you this season, but this quarterback controversy, carousel, however the hell you want to call this. Look at this drive. 1 completion for 8 yards, and they've been on 3rd and longs and all this. So Nick Foles can't get it done. Waiting for the interception. Think it's going to come here. And there it is. The high throw. Hopefully, we're going to get a better angle on this. I know we are. Turnover. They'll slow this down from a different perspective. Here we go. We're going to get it right here. I think this was a little high and behind. Let's see. High, just a little high maybe. Kind of accurate. I won't put that too much on Nick Foles. Just a little high, but really hit him right in the hands, deflected, but still not kind of accurate, really. It's high, so he has to go make that leaping catch over the middle, so he's already kind of in the back of his mind thinking, fuck, I'm going to take a big hit, plus I'm extending. So Nick Foles, if he could place it, basically in his chest, he can kind of take the hit and not have to lay out for it. So still place a little blame on Nick Foles for the high throw. Place a little blame on the receiver for not catching it. Did seem like it was in his hands, should have been caught. But Nick Foles didn't show us anything. The accuracy is still a problem, so that full week with the ones is not helping him. So we can't even like the Bears going into this week. I'm sure they stick with Nick Foles, but until he shows us something, we have to write off this Bears team. Yes, they're 3-1. Yes, they were winning somehow with Mitch Trubisky, but with Nick Foles here, they can't get it done either. So got to go off of them big time. All right, let's move on. Our next game. I just want to kind of reiterate this point because I think it's a big point. Let's not fall too much in love with the Browns here. Let's not be like, oh my God, Baker Mayfield, he's changed. He wasn't the reason why they won the game, folks, and I want to point it out a little bit. Let's look at these first 2 touchdown drives for the Browns here, okay? Or the first 3. The 2 of these first 3 drives that did not feature Baker Mayfield making a big play. So here we go. Let's look at this first drive. Let's see what's going on. Let's see how they kind of kickstarted this drive, kickstarted the entire game here. So we'll go here. Just reiterating this point of Baker Mayfield, let's not fall too much in love with the Browns team overall. Yes, they've got talent, but until Baker Mayfield really kind of starts showing us that he's a capable quarterback that can go win games on his own, I don't think it's smart to buy them quite 100%. They still got to great pieces offensively and defensively, but the quarterback position, I think, is still the biggest question mark of this team. So let's see this first drive, touchdown drive, set up by a fantastic run, 20-plus yards for Nick Chubb, setting up Baker Mayfield with a short field. I mean, if Baker Mayfield was going to go and throw this touchdown pass, which he doesn't, I mean, he'd only have to go 50 yards, allowing a maybe above average, slightly below average quarterback, however you want to place him. He's not spectacular and he's not really trash. He's somewhere about mediocre, above, below. I would kind of challenge it right, maybe a smidge below that average line. I just want to point out that Baker Mayfield was not the person that won the game for the Browns against the Cowboys. It was the defense, and it was the great play calling by the coach. So here we go. Baker Mayfield hasn't thrown a pass yet this game, and they're already, in Cowboy territory. Where do they go? Kind of a quick pass out, and it's deflected, incomplete pass for Baker Mayfield. Alrighty, 2nd and 10 now. Baker Mayfield, play action, dump it off to his tight end. Picked up about 10. Decent throw, decent play. Not asking Baker Mayfield to go win us the game. First drive, go win us the game, Baker Mayfield. No, they're not doing that. Settling him in a little bit. Good run that picked up 20. Good, nice little dump off there coming off of an incompletion. Getting his confidence up a little bit. Alrighty, now here comes the home run ball, I believe. The fake pass for the touchdown, or the trick play for the touchdown. Jarvis Landry throws the ball to Odell Beckham, and look at that accuracy. That was perfect placement, baby. Ooh, boy. But this is what I'm talking about. Baker Mayfield had one completion on this touchdown drive. They don't need Baker Mayfield really to kind of, score the ball. Did it there. It just started downpouring, so that's why I was a little bit caught off guard there. Jesus Christ, it's wilding outside. It's wilding outside. But here we go. Let's go skip to their third drive. Their second drive just ended, there was no trick plays on the drive, so it couldn't score. They were 4th and 7 on Dallas's 49. They have to punt, unfortunately. But here they go. Their third drive. A trick play is going to get a good chunk of yardage, making the drive easier for Baker Mayfield. Now they're down 14-7. Have to go back to the trick plays. Once again, the end around to Odell Beckham. He's going to go and once again pick up 20 yards. This was kind of like the exact same thing that happened to start the drive on their first drive. Nick Chubb runs for 20 yards, ends in a touchdown. Trick play here by Odell Beckham gets them to 20, gets them to really midfield into Cowboys territory. In this drive, once again, is going to end on a touchdown because Baker Mayfield is working with a short field. Thankfully, first one was set up by the run game. This one set up by the trick play. Once again, another trick play. If you're doing multiple trick plays in a game, that means you do not trust your quarterback. I will die on that take. I don't care. We saw it in the playoffs with Buffalo last year. Once again, a nice run there. Picks up 10. Hopefully the flag isn't on them. Let's see what we've got. Holding. Offense. Unfortunate. Gonna come back. Baker Mayfield. 1st and 10, though. So they're still right around there. Out of bounds. Not even a chance for Jarvis Landry to get the ball. What do they call? What's the flag? Nick Chubb goes down. He goes out for the rest of the game. But we're going to get holding, it looks like. That looks like holding to me. All right, so 1st and 20 now. What's going on? No trick plays, multiple holding calls on multiple plays, erasing all the good they've done, and they lost Nick Chubb for the game. But they still got Kareem Hunt, the speedy, back anyway. So not too much of a loss when you've got so much depth of talent. So here we go, 1st and 20. Short little pass, 4-yard gain, 5-yard gain to the tight end. Nothing big. I just want to, and look at them, bailed out defensively by the penalty. So the trick play gets them to midfield. A bailout here when it was 1st and 20. Now going to be looking at 2nd and 15. The face mask, get them extra 15 yards. Give them the automatic first down. The key point here is that Baker Mayfield is not winning these games. That's all I want to highlight. This game kind of went perfectly for the Browns. Trick plays, defensive turnovers, turning into short field for Baker Mayfield. Bailout by penalties early on, getting them to the 14-14 mark tie game. Here we go. Once again, going to the back. He's able to pick up 8. This running game, and this isn't a dig at Baker Mayfield. This is really kind of a highlight, a green light kind of shining on the coach here for a great game plan. We don't need Baker Mayfield to go and throw the ball 40 times. We know he can't, and if he does, he doesn't win the game. Let's slow the game down a little bit, run the ball, get the ball into all these. Look at all these talent we have. We've got Odell Beckham, we've got Jarvis Landry, we had Nick Chubb, and we got Kareem Hunt. So ton of size, good speed, a little beef with Nick Chubb a little bit. So we don't need Baker Mayfield making all these passes. Good, decent throw there, I guess. Good throw, yeah. Oh, well done by Odell Beckham to get in front of the ball and kind of secure the catch before Diggs came in there to knock it out. But, he's down there. Nice little pass there by Baker Mayfield, though. I'll give him his credit there. That was a good pass. All right, here we go. In the red zone, and Baker Mayfield on this drive has only made one good pass, so they don't need Baker Mayfield to go win them the game. Nice little run there for 5. I'll take 5 yards a run every single time, no doubt. All right, 2nd and 6 now. Mayfield buying time with his legs. He's not as quick as he thinks he is. He's not. He could not try to bounce out the corner and try and pick up any yards. Really got right back to the line of scrimmage there. So the run game by Baker Mayfield, not really the best. Look at him go. Has to run horizontal. Doesn't trust his legs. All right, here we go. 3rd and 6, though. Baker Mayfield trying to cap off this touchdown drive here. Look at that play, kind of a design to get Baker Mayfield running out of the pocket. Everything's shifting left. Not a trick play, but this is a designed special play, I guess I would say. This isn't Baker Mayfield standing deep in the pocket, methodically dinking his way down the field. This is a lot of speed on the outside, catching the defense off guard, getting bailed out by defensive penalties as well. Then we get Baker Mayfield. Perfect ball. Bring him out now. Back of the end zone. Odell Beckham. Yes, sir. He can make that 5-yard pass. Absolutely. So I just kind of want to highlight these drives. So now the Browns tied up 14-14. And now what happens? The Cowboys start turning the ball over. Fumble. Cleveland takes it at Dallas's 34, short field. They're able to score. They fumble again. What happens? Cleveland right at midfield. We've seen that in those first three, those 3 drives that we just watched. Getting the ball at midfield, short field for Baker Mayfield, and they take advantage. So, yes, the Browns won, and it was a good win as a whole, offensively, defensively, game plan, schematically, all that. Very good game, but this is not Baker Mayfield. Do not fall in love with Baker Mayfield because of this game. That's the main point I want to highlight. It was the defense really getting it going, trick plays, sets up short fields. Everything was kind of clicking early. But, when they didn't have their, when they're starting at the 23, no big plays to really kick off the drive. It stalls 8 plays, have to punt it. Unfortunate. All right, let's move on. I want to look at, the Lions have really been scoring touchdowns on their opening drives, I think 3 out of their 4 games. So what is going on with the Lions? Their scripted plays are looking good. They're able to score off the script. But what happens when they go off script? They're 1-3, folks. This team is not great. But I do kind of want to see what is going right for the Lions. So let's watch their opening drive, kind of like what we did with the Panthers, seeing what peak Panthers football would look like. Let's see what peak Lions football theoretically looks like, because the first couple plays are scripted. So this should be, kind of what they want to do to set up the game plan. So let's see what Lions football looks like. And why do they keep blowing leads? They're scoring on their first drive mostly every game, but then they go downhill off the script. So let's go here. First drive of the Lions game. That's all. Here we go. Let's get to this first play. Alrighty. Matthew Stafford. First drive of the game, at home, feeling good, feeling confident, able to take a 14-0 lead, really. 7-0 here, and then they pick off Drew Brees, and with a short field, they make them pay. So here we go. These are all scripted plays. Let's look at how well the Lions should be playing. First pass. Oh, good bullet there. Unfortunately, the receiver could not catch it. Maybe a little behind. Let's see if we get a replay of it in slow-mo. Different angle. Not looking likely. Unfortunate. but they're aggressive early. I mean, Matt Stafford's a great quarterback. He just can't win the big games. He can't win the playoff games, but he's a great regular season quarterback, putting up all the numbers that you want to see from a starting quarterback. So great throw there to try to be aggressive early, but then we get here. Now we're looking at third down, so try to get it out to Adrian Peterson behind the line of scrimmage. It does not work. So how do they pick up this first drive and continue this drive? So maybe the Lions aren't as good as those drives are really looking, right? Maybe getting bailed out. Let's see what we got. 3rd and 10. Not expected to really pick it up, but Matt Stafford says, I got legs too, y'all. I'm not as fast as Patrick Mahomes, but hey, I can pull him out every once in a while. Picks up a huge first down there. Well done, Matt Stafford, to extend the drive. Look at him go. Look at him run. Well done. Definitely not the fastest, but hey, you don't need to be the fastest when nobody's expecting you to run. All right, they come off that 3rd down conversion with Adrian Peterson. He tries to bounce it at the outside. Does not work, only picks up a yard. 2nd and 9 now, coming off the Adrian Peterson run. Matthew Stafford commanding the line. Nice little play action. Stands in the pocket. Delivers a not great ball, uncatchable. Felt the pressure a little bit, had to get it out. But so far, I mean, the Saints defense is holding up good. 3rd and 10, now 3rd and 9. Unfortunately, gave up the run to Matt Stafford. I mean, nobody would expect that. So I can kind of understand why they gave up that 4th down or that 3rd down. But now 3rd and 9, you definitely got to shut this one down. We know they don't, unfortunately. But look at that. Just a receiver. Oh, my God. Amendola able to sneak behind in a huge play there. Oh, my God. And a great block there. Come back. Gets him all the way down to the 11. Danny Amendola, a huge weapon for Matt Stafford. Small, speedy, crafty. Can get behind the line. Can get behind the defense whenever he wants. Here he is. They circled him there. We'll watch him. He's just going to come right across the middle. Gets deep behind both the linebackers there in space. Look at all that space around him. So really, Lions capitalizing off of a huge play. So far, the drive didn't look great. 2 3rd down conversions they were able to pick up, which are good silver linings. But so far, it looked like this is a kind of a big play dependent Lions team. Adrian Peterson, good blocking up front, able to pick up about 8 yards on that drive or on that run. So well done. And now they're looking to cap it off here. Matt Stafford in the red zone, pretty dependable, pretty reliable, pretty good. Let's see how they cap it off. 2nd and 3. Matt Stafford right there to Deontay Swift. Well done. Making up for the week 1 blunder where they should have won. But overall, Lions not looking the best. I mean, I'm not buying into the Lions off that one series. I mean, we shouldn't be buying any team off of one series. But to get kind of the full understanding when we've already looked at the numbers and already looked at the game, this one series by the Lions, you picked up 3rd and 10 because Matt Stafford ran. You picked up 3rd and 9 because Danny Amendola got behind the defense. So just kind of lucky. Everything else wasn't looking good. The running game was kind of getting blown up all the time. So not the best by the Lions. Can't really take them as contenders here at 1-3 anyway. Alrighty, let's go to what do I want to do? Chargers Bucks was on my list. Just kind of wanted to look at Tom Brady here in the 4th quarter. They're down 31-28. Tom Brady comes back and able to go on a 7-play, 90-yard drive. So let's check in with Tom Brady. Should there be Tom Brady slander is the real question. The arm is looking a lot of hit and miss in this game. Early on, it was a lot of misses. He ends up coming back to throw 5 touchdowns, though, so we have to give the man a little bit of credit. So let's go here, 4th quarter, first drive of the 4th quarter. And we'll look at Tom Brady. How is he looking? Should we still be buying Tom Brady as the GOAT? Should we be bailing off of him? Justin Herbert wasn't too impressive. He had 2 great throws. I'll give him that, but they were all kind of like set up deep play shots. And everything else, they kind of reverted right back to Justin Herbert kind of going dink and dunk again. So when they let him throw, he's looking good. But until they start letting him throw, consistent like 10, 15-yard passes down the field like a normal quarterback in Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson and Patrick Mahomes, instead of all this dink and dunk behind the line doing it like Mitch Trubisky offense, we really can't buy him because they're just waiting. They're just dinking and dunking till the defense presses up. And then Justin Herbert takes a shot, which he can make because the throws are very good down the field. All right, here we go. So set up, quick. Nothing too impressive on that first play. Tom Brady, once again, quick out there to your receivers. They're able to pick up the first. All right, they pick up the first down. Tom Brady here. Play action over the middle. He loves that. The quick play action with the slot receiver. You love to see it. Classic Tom Brady. Picks up the first. Picked up 17 yards on that play. Wow, wow, wow. Is that O.J. Howard? It is. Unfortunate. He is now out for the Patriots, basically, for I believe for the rest of the season. I think he's done. So unfortunate. Rob Gronkowski comes in. He comes out. Telling where his offense to go, calling out the Mike linebacker, goes deep. He's got the one-on-one shot, and this is Mike Evans. You love to see him take this shot. Absolutely, you take this shot over and over and over and over and over again. You give me Mike Evans one-on-one with any defensive back, I don't care. I'm taking the shot. Love to see Tom Brady be a little aggressive there. They might get, let's see what they call, maybe offensive pass interference here. Offensive pass interference, unfortunate for them. Let's see it. A little bit of a push-off, I agree. Couldn't come down with the ball, unfortunate. Ground pops it right out. But now we've got 1st and 20. Tom Brady, how does he overcome it? Just getting it all on one play almost. Try to go to Gronk there. I mean, this is really a great ball, great accuracy where only Gronk had a chance at it, not throwing the interception. It was kind of double covered, but where he really put it, only the receiver had a chance, only Gronk had the chance at the ball. So the accuracy, the deep ball accuracy is still good by Brady, yo. That pass to Mike Evans was absolutely perfect. He just pass interference, didn't catch it. And here we go with Gronk. It was a little overthrown, but still the placement of the ball was very, very good. No chance at an interception, only chance at a catch. You love to see it. Alrighty, here we go. Tom Brady, 2nd and 20 now. Empty backfield. He's going to throw it. He wants it all, baby. He's not dinking and dunking. And once again, you go to Mike Evans, and this is why you trust this man. This is why Tom Brady's having success here with the Bucs. He's got a great, great, great wide receiver, a great tall wide receiver, an actual wide receiver who will go up and get the ball. He's got the one-on-one matchup here. Really didn't win. There's really no separation here. Mike Evans just goes and finds the ball. This is a great 50-50 ball. I'm trusting my height. I'm trusting my receivers. Tom Brady throws it. Hey, if it's a pick, it's a pick. I'll live with it. It's a 50-50 ball. Why not? You've got Mike Evans. Defender can't even go and find the ball. Mike Evans does. Well done. Picks up all those yards on 1st and 20. It was about 40 yards. Let's count the yards. Let's see how Tom Brady's arm is actually holding up. Let's go back a little bit here. Let's count the yards. Where does he launch this from? About the 40, we'll call it. He catches it at the 20. So a very, very good 40-yard pass in the air. Great job there by Tom Brady. The arm is still looking good, y'all. I'll count 40-yard bomb accurately. I'll count that a good arm. Then he comes back, 1st and goal. This is the run game. The run game had 100 yards rushing. Tom Brady threw, I think, for 300. So rushing game complementing the pass game complementing the run game. You love to see it. This Bucs offense is kind of deadly. Even though O.J. Howard is out for the season, you still got Gronk. You still got Brate. Cameron Brate, very good as well. You still got Mike Evans. You've still got 3 running backs, LaShawn McCoy, Leonard Fournette, and Daryl Jones, D. Jones Jr., I know his name is Jones. So here we go. 2nd and goal. Great offense here. Tom Brady, obviously a great quarterback still. Let's see what he does on 2nd and goal here. A little bit of a false start. Unfortunate. Back him up 5, and we'll do it again. 2nd and goal. And we're going to get a touchdown here. Little spoiler alert. Here we go. 2nd and goal from the 9. Tom Brady. Drop back. Boom. Right out. Is that Daniel Jones? Who is that? Wilson, I don't know who that is. But anyway, Tom Brady dumping it off to a running back in the backfield. You love to see it. Tom Brady is still looking good. This is the fourth quarter, y'all. Fourth quarter, Tom Brady still doing what he does, down to take the lead. Tom Brady going to his deep threats. He was missing those deep threats on the Patriots. Only had Randy Moss, one season? So finally has a great, 6'4" receiver who can go up and get the ball, find the ball. And you love to see him going to him twice on that drive. Big plays for Mike Evans. Comes down with one. Should have came down with the other one, but you know how that went. All right, so can still buy what we're like. We're liking what we're seeing from Tom Brady. We're liking what we're seeing from this Bucs offense. Love to see it. All right, two more games I do want to highlight, and then we'll get out of here. The first one is going to be, let's go to the Ravens-Washington, because I thought Washington, this was kind of Dwayne Haskins' best game. He didn't turn the ball over, 32 of 45, 314 yards, no touchdowns, but no picks as well. We saw him throw multiple picks in all those first three games, and now he got benched because of this game. It's a little unfair in my opinion. Let's see Washington's, because he was actually driving down the field to score touchdowns in this game, kind of continuing what he did last week. So here we go. I do want to kind of check out this drive. How was Dwayne Haskins looking? I'm not big on Dwayne Haskins. I don't think he's a good quarterback. I don't think he should be starting for Washington, but I thought they would give him this entire year to really kind of be the quarterback, but they kind of cut him early. I would have cut him after week one, or I would have benched him after week one, honestly. But here we go. I do want to just try to check out this. We'll go through it quickly because he's no longer the starting quarterback, so we're not learning anything from this. We're not gaining any perspective from the future Washington team. But I do kind of want to give him a little bit of a chance to prove himself here. 10-play drive, 75 yards, and they were down 14-7 at this point after this touchdown, so they were still in the game, but still, they can't do long drives for the rest of the game. They haven't been doing that. Let's count their drives. 9 plays for only 17 yards, ends in a punt. 3 plays, 16 yards, ends in a fumble. Unfortunate. 3 and out. Missed field goal. But, missed field goal, they were still able to get into field goal position. That's still good. Then they score a touchdown on their next drive. Then they go back to 5 plays, 8 yards, back to 3 plays, and they get a field goal, cashing in on the interception. And this was against Baltimore, so I really just don't understand why they would bench Dwayne Haskins. I'm all for benching him. I don't think he's a good quarterback, but it's weird, the timing of it. You bench him after kind of a competitive Ravens. This is Ravens. Nobody expected the Washington to win this game anyway. And Dwayne Haskins didn't throw any interceptions. Promising, looking forward. So let's look at this drive here. 10 minutes left in the second quarter. Touchdown drive. We'll go through it very, very quickly, folks. We're not going to spend too much time on Dwayne Haskins. Trust me. I don't want to look at this as much as y'all don't want to look at this. But let's give the respect the man a little bit. We've been trashing him too much here on Takes by Fans. Maybe we won't even do this. If I can't get to plays here, if the plays section's not coming up, I'm not going to waste my time going forward 10 seconds at a time going to the second quarter. So let's try and get back to this Washington game. See if the plays pop back up, because I was not getting any plays here. I can't even click on the game anymore. Alrighty, so we may have all lucked out. Can't go back to this Washington game. Unfortunate. Trying to click, not letting me click. Wouldn't let me go to any plays anyway. When I tried to bring down the play drop-down menu, they weren't there. So I guess we dodge a bullet. We don't have to watch Dwayne Haskins' 10-play drive. All right, so let's continue on. Let's do Giants-Chargers. What the heck is going on with Daniel Jones? Why is every week he has a chance to go win the game in the fourth quarter, but he doesn't? So once again, we're looking at a Daniel Jones down 8 points, 1 possession, last-minute drive, 2 minutes left, and they have the chance to tie the game. Daniel Jones, we know what he does on long drives. He'll end up throwing the interception on the goal line. We know this. Once again, he throws the interception very close to the goal line. So let's watch Daniel Jones work somehow. His magic still staying in the game somehow, but the Giants are trash. This team, they're still bad, but they're losing close games, which frustrates me a little bit. Why can Daniel Jones just not be good for one game? One game where you have a chance to go win it in the fourth. Why can you not just do that? So let's see it. Here we go. Giants 0-3, looking for their first win. They're down 8 with a chance to win against the Rams. Who would have ever uttered that sentence? I don't know. But here we go. Daniel Jones, so far in the game, he's been 21 of 31 for only 152 yards. Dink and dunk. He's got no weapons offensively. Saquon Barkley is also out. But here it is. A perfect throw on this first play of the drive. Promising drive. Gets him all the way past the 50. I can definitely get behind it, but I know an interception is coming. Truly unfortunate. But a great throw there, a great kind of drive starter, a drive momentum builder. You love to see it, especially when you're going on a fourth quarter 2-minute drive here to possibly tie the game to go into overtime. But where does it fall apart here? Daniel Jones back at it. Into the Rams territory. Coming out of the 2-minute warning. Receiver couldn't hold on to it. You hate to see it. Knew he was going to take the shot. Here we go. This is the big play right before the 2-minute warning. We get him coming across the middle. Good throw there. Really just to squeeze it in. Let's see how close this was to being tipped. It's very close. It's very fast. It's very close. But it's right on target of the receiver to catch it in stride to get those yards after catch, which you need in the league. Oh my goodness. Oh, Daniel Jones, he escapes. How the heck did he? Oh my goodness. Daniel Jones escapes the pocket, takes a hit, picks up the first down. How the heck does he escape this pocket? I don't even know. Look at him just stay big, takes the hit and bounces right off, and then bounces off that one. And they're driving. Daniel Jones, please don't throw this interception. I'm hoping history somehow changes. We can go back in time in these next couple of seconds before the play actually happens. Unfortunate Daniel Jones, man. A great throw to start the drive, a great run to escape the pocket, not take the sack. Here we go. This throw, it's tight. It's real tight. But it looked like the receiver had both of his hands on it. I think that's a good throw. Unfortunate just a drop. That was tight coverage. Good throw. Great delivery. Exactly where you want to put it on the receiver. Unfortunate that it did not get caught. All right, Daniel Jones at the 34-yard line. Minute 24 left. All the time in the world. +1 timeout. Really can do whatever the hell he wants. And he's going to go and run for it again. You love to see it. Daniel Jones, obviously not trusting his arms. But, hey, getting whatever the defense gives you, I can definitely live with that. I can appreciate that. Let's see. Everything is pretty much going to be covered. Can't go really there. There's all this room to the right. Yeah, why not? You've got decent legs. Got good speed. Yeah, I can get behind that. Good run. Definitely a good run. Here we go. Daniel Jones. Oh, man. I really do not want to see this interception, y'all. I'm going to be crushed. Because what we've been seeing from Daniel Jones late in the fourth quarter has been decent, but then he ends up throwing that interception. Those long drives, we saw it in the Steelers game, in their first game, and just can't do anything. 0-3 at this point. Got it there. It took a little bit to get there, but it still got there, and it was still caught, so we can give the man a little credit. And now look at him go. Hurry up offense. Clock winding down. A minute left, only one timeout. Maybe you don't rush this man. Is this where the interception comes? Rushing to the line, the 2-minute drives. Steps up in the pocket. Decides to throw last minute, and it's low, and it's inside, and it's picked off. Wow. Unfortunate for Daniel Jones in this game, y'all. They got three field goals, so they were in, Chargers territory, driving. Unfortunately, drive stalled. They have to settle for 3 field goals. I mean, we could be talking about 21-17 at this point, y'all. We could be talking about it. But Daniel Jones just can't cap off drives down low when the field is starting to shrink and shrink and shrink and shrink. Daniel Jones shows that he can't handle it. He can't make those pinpoint accurate throws, when the field is short. I mean, defenders are defending tight because the shortest field, so they can't get burned behind. So they start to press a little bit. Daniel Jones cannot just do it in the red zone. That's why they're settling for field goals. That's why on long drives he looks good and then starts to slowly get worse and worse. We'll see a different angle here on a replay, but I mean, we're looking at Daniel Jones throwing this on the run, low and inside, not even close. Here it is. Gonna try to go here, but he just cuts it off. And when you're throwing to the sideline, those angles, man, gotta play them. Just throws it way too much inside. You hate to see it. Daniel Jones once again being unclutch. We've seen it time and time again. Unfortunate. All right, we're going to end off on our segment that this is becoming a thing now. Aaron Rodgers, touchdown pass, showing perfection, showing you what a great quarterback looks like, showing you what I base every other quarterback talent on. This is what, when I say, Baker Mayfield not making big plays, not trusting him with his arm, we don't see any sort of that. Daniel Jones throwing, inaccurate passes on the goal line in the red zone. We never see any of that. We see pure perfection of quarterback, the deep throw, the short throw, the intermediate throw. We see it all. We see it every single time we do a random Green Bay drive. We're going to continue that segment here today because Aaron Rodgers is still throwing touchdowns, no picks, putting up the yards, so he's bound to deliver. Hopefully we picked the right random drive, hopefully. So let's do this. We're looking for a touchdown drive, looking for a good touchdown drive. What do we got? Which one do I want to pick? Let's do first one. First drive, scripted plays. Let's see what Aaron Rodgers is bringing to the mother-loving table, y'all. So here we go. We'll run it here. 13:33 in the first quarter. A random Aaron Rodgers drive. This is not on my notes, y'all. I just do random when we're talking about Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers because I know it doesn't matter what drive I click on. Aaron Rodgers is consistent the entire game. It doesn't matter what drive we go on. So here we go. Let's start it here. Aaron Rodgers, do not disappoint me. You haven't disappointed me the last 3 weeks. I don't think you will here. All right, little deep shot on the first play, being aggressive. I like it. Wasn't even close. It was a lot inside, when the receiver was running towards the sideline. But, hey, good. Back up the defense a little bit. Hey, we're not afraid to go deep here. We're going to take shots all game. Be ready for it because it can come at any moment. So, incomplete, but, hey, it's Aaron Rodgers. We don't care. Was that... I believe that penalty, I don't know who that was on, but we get 2nd and 10, so they pick up the flag, obviously. 2nd and 10 now. Aaron Rodgers, second throw of the game. No Davante Adams, so he has to go to that random receiver. And look at him go. Delivers the ball over the middle, right on target, and just a great throw, great strike. Tanyan, the tight end, who had over 100 yards and 3 touchdowns this game, because that's what Aaron Rodgers does. He will pick on one receiver for the entire game, tight end, receiver, doesn't matter, and he will go to them and give them 100 yards and 3 touchdowns. We've seen it the first 3 weeks. It's no different here at week 4. Aaron Rodgers, nice little swing pass there. Aaron Jones able to pick up about 7 on it, so very well done. I got to see the big throw from Aaron Rodgers, though. Come on, the field is starting to get shorter, man. I need to see it. Here we go, 2nd and 2. I want to see the 40-yard bomb. I want to see the touchdown right here. They run it. No, they run it. Aaron Rodgers, I want to see you throw the touchdown, please. All right, here we go. Still driving at the 30, so I would take a great 30-yard throw from Aaron Rodgers here. No doubt, no doubt. Nice little couple throws to open up the offense here. Nice little trick play, decoy, trying to run to the left and then runs all the way up the middle. Very well done offensively here. Not by Aaron Rodgers, but by Aaron Jones. Get inside the 10-yard line, at the 10-yard line. Once again, they're going to run it again. That play gets blown up. Going to have to rely on Aaron Rodgers. Oh, but a face mask. Did they call it? Did not look like they called it, unfortunately. Here we go. Hang on. Let me back this up. Let me back this up a little bit. Little spoiler there. We are going to get the touchdown in this drive, and it's going to be because Aaron Rodgers is throwing the ball little quick, get up to the line, wide open throw, and that's a touchdown, baby. Yes, sir. First drive by Aaron Rodgers ends in a touchdown. You love to see it. Unfortunately, we didn't see the Aaron Rodgers big play. Let me see if I can find one real quick, because I do want to find a good Aaron Rodgers deep play. I see the magnificent work. Unfortunately, he let me down. This is the first time. Unfortunate. 20-yard pass. Is that good enough? Is that all he did, 20 yards? I want to see like 50. 23. Touchdown pass. This is 21 yards. I guess we'll roll this. What do we got here? Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're getting a big play pass from Aaron Rodgers this game. So I guess this will have to do. 20-yard pass, wide open. All right, the Falcons' defense is just trash. We can take that away. So unfortunate we didn't see the big play by Aaron Rodgers. Unfortunate. No 30-yard pass, no 40-yard pass. Just a methodical, good 15-yard pass, another 15-yard pass, driving down the field. Hey, we'll take what we can get. So, yeah, that's going to do it today. A couple narratives that we kind of squeaked out. Let's see if there's any COVID news, because today is Wednesday. We do get a lot of those last Wednesday, and we kind of got some earlier today. Does not look like anything broke, though. So that's good news. What do we got here? Latest NFL COVID-19 testing. Over 370,000 tests. 84 new positive cases, including 31 players. So not the best. But, I mean, we're testing 370,000, y'all. Only 84 positives. So, I mean, in the grand scheme of that, not looking too bad. But, it does kill. So that is not good. That is not good. All right. So, yeah, we can leave it here today. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at TakesByFans. Be a part of the conversation. Come watch live daily, noon Eastern, twitch.tv/TakesByFans or TakesByFans.com to the watch tab. Alrighty, tomorrow we will do Guess the Lines. No games to talk about today, or tomorrow, unfortunate. No football, no basketball on tonight. So, yeah, tomorrow we'll just get right into it. And we'll guess the lines, start talking about week number 5 and which matchups we like. Kind of closing the book on week 4 today. Still, Panthers, Bears, nothing to love there. Browns, let's not fall in love. Overall, their team is very good, but it's not Baker Mayfield winning the games. Just a great scheme. Lions, they're frauds. Their first quarters are kind of just they're just not great overall. You can't buy them. Bucks still looking good. Tom Brady is still looking fine. Let's all relax on him. Washington, they benched Dwayne Haskins, and I think it's for the better. But the timing of the bench is a little weird to me. And as always, Giants, Daniel Jones is the unclutchest player I've ever seen, and Aaron Rodgers is still magnificent. So we'll guess the lines tomorrow for week number 5 and do all that good stuff. So come join us. Thanks for watching today, and we'll be back tomorrow, noon Eastern, twitch.tv/TakesByFans, TakesByFans.com.